Okay. What's up, everybody?
Looks like it's working.
Name's IMBROKESON. Trying to, alright, let's start that over. What's up, everybody? Name's IMBROKESON. Coming in to show you a game 40 and 5 on, whatever map this is, I can't even remember. But anyways, don't want to talk about the gameplay today. Want to talk about some embarrassing dating stories that I've gone through. First one, kind of ridiculous. I was in college, and I don't recommend anybody does drugs, but at the time I was I might have been on some painkillers for no other reason than I was in college. So I go and I'm picking up this girl that I've been talking to for a while. She's pretty smoking. She worked outside this shop I worked at. She was in one of those little kiosks, the people that bug you when you walk by. So we got to talking, and I was trying to get this girl to go with me for a while, and finally went out for coffee or something, and then this and that. Well, she called me one day. She said, "Can you pick me up after work? We'll go out. Maybe come to my house or something." I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Yeah, I gotta do that," but I'm all fucked up. So I'm like, "Oh man, what am I gonna do?" Like, alright, fuck it. So I drive over to her mall where she's at. She had a different mall this day. And this mall had it's up in New Hampshire, it had 5 fucking parking lots. Pretty big. And I parked in one of the parking lots. I jumped out. I wasn't really familiar with the mall. So I'm walking through and I find her. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" Bing, bang, boom. It's like 5:45. She's like, "I don't get out till 8 o'clock." I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, alright, no big deal. So I go to my truck and I whipped out my laptop and I was doing some graphic design shit at the time. So I was working on that. 8 o'clock rolled around. I walk back. I get her and she's like, "Oh, you have to wait. Thank you so much. I'll make you this dinner." I'm like, "Sweet, let's do this." You know what I mean? It's time to time to smash. You know what I'm saying? Get food and just do it up, Jersey Shore style. But anyways, we start walking back to where I think my truck is, and I can't find the motherfucker. It wasn't there, and I'm like, "Oh shit." I was like, "No big deal. Maybe no big deal. Maybe it's in this other parking lot." So we go to this other parking lot. It's not there either. We must have walked around all four out of the 5 parking lots, and finally I knew it was in this one. And now we've been walking around for a good 25 minutes, and she's like, "What? You can't find your car? What do you mean?" And I'm like, "I've been under a lot of stress lately, this and that, da 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 da. Bullshit, I'm just fucked up." So finally we find it, and I'm bringing it back to her spot because I'm looking forward to the meal, and a little sexy time, no big deal. Well, I am on fumes. We're right down the road from our house. I'm like, fuck, okay. So I pull in the gas station, and my damn card gets declined, my debit card. They taken something out, and I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, fuck it, maybe I can make it to a house. In the morning I'll call one of my boys to come by and drop me off some cash. Okay. So I start doing that. Now I don't tell her any of this shit, because I don't want to look like I'm broke, son. You know what I'm saying? Um, but we start going, and I ran out of gas about half mile from the goddamn gas station. At this point, I just put my head down in freaking defeat. I'm like, "Yo, this girl's never gonna talk to me again. This is out of control." You know what I mean? So I put my head down. I was like, "Babe, I'm out of gas. They took something out of the bank account. I didn't think they were gonna. I don't know what to tell you." She's like, "Oh, no problem. I'll call my friend. She'll come. Gas can, da 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 da." And sure as shit, her friend came, and then her friend took her home. Um, so no smashing for me that night. But oddly enough, she called me the next day, and we dated for a while. But yeah, that was kind of a second date gone wrong, if you will. Another time, I was doing some um, internet dating. Now I don't know if anyone's done that, but it it's a good way to meet people, but it's a good way to meet crazy people too. Not all of them are crazy, but the ones that aren't crazy are usually boring. The ones that are crazy are just batshit crazy. Like, I was going out with this girl. We went out the first time. I think we saw some fireworks or something. I think it was in July, yeah. So we're lying on this blanket. There's other people around on this hillside, and this girl is literally trying to stick her hand down my pants.
And I'm like, yo, what's the deal? Like, you gotta knock that shit off. There's kids around here, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, no, about it. I'm like, chill, chill, chill. So, I get her to calm down. We get to my car, and I figure we're gonna bang right in the car. Then she wants to act all shy. I'm like, oh, the cock tease. I'm like, alright, whatever. So, I think a couple days later, I was like, well, I gotta smash this. And this chick had huge tits, right? So I invited her to the movies, and the same fucking thing. She's trying to stick a hand down my pants, but at the end of the night, she's shy. I'm like, yo, this is not happening right now. This girl's gonna give me blue balls twice in a row. No way. So she calls me like the next day after the movies, and oh, by the way, this chick still live with her parents, okay? And I'm like, come on now. But she's like, oh, my parents are out. Why don't you come by? I was like, alright. So I get over there, and she's saying how she's not feeling good, this and that. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, well, maybe I can do this. I was like, well, why don't we go lie down in your bed a little bit? She's like, no, let's just watch some TV. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, alright. So no sooner do we sit down and watch TV, this bitch jumps on top of me, starts making out with me. I'm like, alright, well, we get somewhere now. Then she whips her shirt off. Fellas, when I tell you her tits were like cellophane bags with fat in them, I mean, these bitches hung down to her fucking waist. This girl was like 24. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But whatever, in that situation, you just gotta go jump on the grenade for yourself and just, do your thing. So, I'm sucking on titties, I'm all happy, I'm just like picking shit. And then she's like, stop. I'm like, what? So I gotta tell you something. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. This girl's probably got a dick or something, right? So this chick, she's like, yo, I poop in a bag. I was like, you what? She's like, yeah, I poop in a bag. I'm like a fucking paper bag? She's like, no, like a coloscopy bag. I'm like, Jesus Christ. She's like, that's not weird, is it? I'm like, no, of course not. So I manned up, and I continued making out with her for a good 3 minutes. And then I acted like my phone went off, and I had to pick up my buddy. And that was the end of that. I didn't pick up any more calls. I didn't go out with her again. And not just because of the colostomy bag, but the way she told me. How you gonna tell some motherfucker that you just poop in a bag? I mean, that's beyond disgusting. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below some of your dating horror stories. Maybe I'll get them into a commentary. Let me know if you like this format. And I'm sure I got a ton more like that I can just throw into these things. But anyways, final score of this game is 40-5. I'm broke, son. And I guess next video I will explain where I got my nickname from. Yeah, that's the end of that. I'm just gonna let the last couple seconds play out. Thanks for checking it out. Peace.